LPL have been from Cube, and he's going to try to perform on it again here. Monkey taking the MS into the jungle, and there's that Renata duoed with the Kalista that we have come to expect. Level 6 for these junglers especially to be able to truly have the full burst combo. Karis
Hoya's coming down.
actually going to be the target here. Yeah, Hoya on his way. We do have Monkey here for the additional disruption. We'll get a couple of swipes in on towards Guan as Karis is able to fall back away. Here's Hoya in there on the Mega Gnar, though. Finds Monkey, who gets up too far, and NIP claim first blood. I do think NIP are going to claim this with ease. Still a few seconds away from the Grubs, too. Does give an opportunity for Guan to make his way on up there if he does decide it's something he wants. He claims one, but now Guan here to start it on up as the backup of the rest of his squad. So yeah, looks like NIP should be able to claim themselves 2 of the Grubs at the very least, and in addition to the first Dragon and the gold
And yet he's found ways to make impacts in team fights on this champion with that 100% win rate. For now, it's Monkey looking mid.
Oh, they do get the root, and there's the max range public execution from Monkey.
Back some gold. That 1.5k gold lead cut down by about 1,000.
Nicely done there, and getting the rise rolling. So
Ooh,
with
knock
a
up.
double knockup, flash pulverized from Yao Yao. Flash away, but it's too late. Awesome drops in the 2 versus 2 on the Kalista Renata lane, and About is on the board.
They're not done here. They're looking for Zhuo under tower.
There's no way they're able to clean this up, but Yao Yao is just tanking it up with the unbreakable will.
NIP that's going to get priority on this Dragon, at least for now on this setup. It doesn't look like it's going to be contested all that much, but definitely not a bad game state for WWE. A free access point. She can still do a ton of damage, even at level 10 at this point in the fight. And Hoya definitely still a threat to watch out for. So much so that WE don't want the smoke. They want to get out of here. They're willing to cede this over to NIP. We've seen some passive gameplay out of WE. When they pull the trigger, they pull it correctly, but it doesn't seem like they want to take too much right now.
And Karis actually realm warped his way down. It's a bit of an awkward fight for WE, and they aren't going to engage any further. So on the hunt blown, not much else. Hoya coming in for the engage. About going to have to flash away from the Gnar. Here comes Guan. About in the middle of no man's land, but he does manage to stay alive. Finally, Hoya going to flash over the wall, going to be able to finish off the kill, but Guan incredibly low. Cube all over Hoya, continues to chase him down, and the ghouls are just plucking away at that tiny Gnar health bar. Cube will finish off the kill, and despite About being picked off, it's a 2-for-1 fight win for WE.
NIP burned everything at the start of that fight to try and get those priority targets down. They're able to kill About, but it takes everything in their kit to do so. The Kiana ultimate at the start.
Both of About's kills are still from that 2-on-2 double kill. And it was all started off by Yao Yao being able to find the angle. Now another angle
engage
found by Monkey. Gets a public execution out of Guan, takes him to about half HP, gets Supreme Display Talented into the wall. Hoya on the bottom side, they're going to be able to finish him off. Realm Warp is in, but it's too little and it's too late. About a million miles away, finally going to step back up here, starts to throw some boomerangs into Zhuo, who is about to fall down, gets sent to the handshake, but will the execution come on through? No, it will not. Bailout does not proc. Second kill comes on through, but it is Cube who drops down to the opposite side. It's 2-for-2 so far. Awesome, throws himself into the fight. Petrifying gaze across the team. Care firing away into About, and it's another ace found by NIP.
Lead too big to throw. NIP find the perfect fight with Monkey going way too deep in the jungle, feeling like he can execute Guan, but Guan's tanky enough to survive. He at least has enough health to be able to live the combo. We see this engage. It looks good at the start, but look at your mini-map.
Soul point, and WE say, fine, we'll let you. Taking the inside track towards mid, and it looks like NIP have fully committed here on towards the Dragon. Maiden going to do her best to try to fend them away. They have sight on all of them, and they're not going to really get much done out of the mid lane tower. Certainly is. One more from that Infernal Soul. About does have his Infinity Edge done. He could still be a massive damage threat in these fights. As a Monkey gonna get caught out again. Supreme Display of Talent into the wall. Hoya claims the kill credit. Cube able to escape with the flash. Avoids getting gnarred back into his own wall. But that is another nice pick made. They're gonna try to get on Hoya here. Hoya's gonna be able to flash back away as Yao Yao stays on top of him. He will shift back into mid.
On the board, no jungler available for WE.
Get on towards the big purple worm. Karis arrives. It's like fish in a barrel for him to fire away onto. He will get taunted on up. And
oh,
it's
no way!
stolen The boomerang takes the Baron, but what about the follow-up fight? Karis getting jumped onto, going to fire away and get a kill right back, about booking it back towards his base, trying to get out of here with the Baron buff in tow, and he will do so. NIP, another unforced error, loses them the most unlikely.
It'll only be about who is able to push those waves, but it is a Sivir with Baron buff, so the push is very real as they take down this tier 2 in the mid lane. They're going to try and get as much as they can out of this. They're still at a...
WE.
Yeah, they are going to pressure this out as fast as they possibly can. NIP are walking in blind.
Stepping up in towards Guan. Handshake going to take it back away. Public execution goes wide. Scream display of talent lands onto 3, but the follow-up isn't there. Cube TP's in, and here comes Hoya in the middle of the squad. The hostile takeover will be able to create a little bit of space. Hoya's about to go mega.
He's mega.
2 back into the wall. Lands a stun onto 3. The focus damage comes through on a Monkey. Karis sectioned off on the bottom side. Yao Yao doing his best, trying to disrupt this fight. Guan flashes away from one more overload. Karis going to be focused down. He drops as well. 3 members fall for WE. NIP still 5 strong. They're about to claim Dragon Soul.
They look like they are going to pick up the biggest objective they can. Infernal Soul on the map for this team. And once again, it's the solo laners coming
on towards the squishier members of the team, which is basically everybody except for Hoya. He never gets that chance. It's just too dangerous to step up that closely when there's still CC tools available on the likes of Hoya and Shuo. Can't make good on your very strong Sivir, I don't know what chance this WE team has of being able to win out these fights.
That is indeed your biggest problem, is you've got this Sivir with all this gold, but the front to back is so inconsistent. You don't have any ways to set it up. You've drafted a split push comp, and while, again, I know it might not seem obvious on paper, this NIP draft really does want to play front to back. They really do have a lot of tools after the engage to play through this Cassio-Callista combo, if they can set it up correctly, and as we saw there, Hoya is on point today. If he can find another engage like that, they're going to be just fine. The dance around Baron has started. Monkey's making his way down, and NIP are going to have control for now.
And it's looking more and more like the same way the first series was drawn up. WE pulled themselves back into the first game, but now not able to close out in game up being the series if they cannot find another miracle. WE trying their best to find an angle in onto this. Shuo gets a little bit locked down. Hoya coming in on the side. He's a wild way away from Mega. Can WE capitalize? Looking for a target to get in onto. The engage tools are not the easiest in the world here. Eyes on Yao Yao, and if he can find a target to headbutt pulverize.
Yeah, you need to find that Alistair engage. If you're the one reacting here, it's going to be on the back foot, and that is not good for WE with the comp that they have assembled. They are fighting blind right now. Absolutely no vision available for WE, and TP coming back in to reset everything.
Yeah, this one is going to be Shuo coming back in, getting another refresh on the wards. Hoya going to return to mini form. That does give a little bit of respite over to WE, knowing that Gnar not going to be able to...
Dangerous setup overall for WE. Teleport coming in from Hoya. They're just starting this. They're going to burn this Baron so fast.
TP'd on over. It's a little bit later for Cube. In goes Yao Yao finding the knockup, so they're going to try to just burn down Hoya here. He shoots back to mini form. They're focusing everything they've got into him. A couple more boomerangs would do it. The Baron is fallen, but so has Hoya. They need to get more out of this fight. Monkey looking for the engage opportunity. Flashes over the wall, jumps into the team, gets sent into the Guardian Angel. Yao Yao's been melted down as well, and the rest of WE, they need to find the fight. About stepping up, throws the boomerangs into Shuo, gets a double kill for it. Awesome, gonna be able to get that fight right back, gets sent back into the bailout and will be executed by Cube. A huge team fight from the likes of About will give a one-member number advantage back over to WE.
About is keeping this game alive for WE in a situation that feels impossible for a Sivir to change the fate of this game. He is doing just that. You got to give a lot of credit to Yao Yao as well, who just continues to buy so much time.
All over him. Oh
my God. Care
jumps back over the wall. He finds himself face to face with Cube. He just speeds up the inevitable, and he's gonna drop 1,000 gold shutdown to Cube.
That's massive. Look at the gold swing.
In this series, Every time a team puts themselves in a huge percentage chance to win, the other team cracks right back. WE, Elder at their backs, beginning to siege onto the base off of NIP taking a Baron and losing out on the subsequent team fight. And they're going to be able to get in onto this bot lane inhibitor. They're going to take it down.
Yeah, they are taking down this bot lane inhib. Guan is on the flank, and they don't really have any other wave to move to. See how aggressive WE want to be here. They actually could be relatively trapped. That might be exactly where WE want to be, though.
Certainly should be. All 5 members of WE staying together. Guan deep behind enemy lines, looking for a flank play, looking to reprise his performance from game number 2, where he picked off a bout and ended the game in an instant. But the rest of WE, they want this game to end right here. Yao Yao gets the engage, finds the knockup onto Care. Monkeys found Guan, and 1 out on the 1 versus 1. But the stun found its way onto a bout. Petrifying gaze from Care, buying so much time and space. But a bout stands and fights. The Elder Drake at his back gives him the damage to win out the team fight. Karis is alive, a bout is alive. WE are alive in the group as they will take down NIP and reverse their fortunes from the first round robin.